After 20 long seasons of Warships, we arrive at Season 21, Protos. If you're a casual Warshipper who likes just to play casually, like I say, and collect those chests, you guys are going to love this season. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you everything you need to know right now. So let's roll the intro and jump into it. Okay then guys, before we jump straight in, this is the dev build, which is why it's got 1,000,000 diamonds and I've got access to Season 21 and all of that stuff. So keep that in mind. Some of the things you see today might be slightly different by the time they actually roll it out on the 29th, when Warship starts, and it'll end on April 18th if you're wondering. So let's jump in. When you first open your Warship, you're going to see 2 ERs, 2 mortars and 2 sniper towers, which is kind of the standard starting basis now. People who play Warships for the last 20 seasons are probably going to recognise this deck layout, and maybe 1 or 2 others too this season. And we've had this deck layout once before, at least. When you first start then, you're going to be getting 30 keys and 520,000 tokens. And then you'll be keeping 40% of whatever stars you earned last season, and you'll be able to claim those ranked chests like you would do normally. Okay guys, let's take a look at the deck layouts before we jump into the tree. So, as I said, this is the 2 ER layout. I've brought the grids up on these now because people have asked me to put you see the tiles on the deck, so you know how many tile spaces you've got in the gaps and stuff. People have asked for it, so there's the grid layout for the tiles as well. That's for 2 ER. And then this one's a 3 ER. Again, this is one of the ones that we've seen in the early seasons. Remember a bug that was available when this deck layout was very first introduced, where you could land the troops along the what would be the front of the warship. You could put your flags right at the back. If you remember, we had this deck layout and we had no flares, and people were putting the ERs over there and stuff, and people were able to bypass the deck layout's mechanism by planting that flag in that little gap. So watch for that. Okay, so this is the 4 ER layout, which again I'm pretty sure we've seen once before. And you've got the 2 ramps this time on the front and right there at the very back. And the 5 ER layout is quite a nice one, a big U-shaped one with the full ramp along the right side, which is kind of fun. And the 6 ER one has got a few holes in it. You're going to need to watch for that issue with the targeting thing as they come around the corners and stuff on these layouts. Just keep that in mind to watch for that. And then the 7 ER one has the 2 holes right at the very back and the partial ramp on the right hand side. So yeah, those are your deck layouts. Let's jump in and take a look at the tech tree. Pretty standard start. Other than that, snipers and mortars, shock bomb already unlocked, landing crafts and gunboat obviously already unlocked. The dreaded heavies, you can see the dreaded heavies there, and got building health as well, which is good. But then as we come over, we pick up the mines, and then you can come down the bottom and go towards the rifles, or go straight over the top via the multi-node to the ER. And then after the 3rd ER, the boom cannon, the troop health and the boom mines, and then the flare. So there's no flares at 2 ER, so you want to be getting out of there as quickly as possible. Although saying that, with heavy Zuka and only normal mines, shouldn't be too bad this season. Should be pretty good for not worrying about too much about troop losses and stuff, with only minimal defenses and normal mines against heavies and Zukas. Happy days. But yeah, you pick up the flare after the 3rd ER. You can have Sparky and some troop health and stuff around there, and another multi-node. And then after the flare, we have our first proto troop, which is the Rainmaker. Remember when I said you might enjoy this one? This is going to be absolutely brilliant for anybody who's not got instant training. If you normally don't play Warships because of you haven't got instant training, and you know it's going to take hours to train troops and all that, problem solved right here. Rainmaker is going to be the go-to troop for anybody who's playing without instant training, who's just playing casually and farming chests for intel and stuff for the task force, these guys are for you. Now, I know what you're going to say, oh, they're too slow, they're too slow. Hold that thought. About them being too slow, hold that thought. Moving on then, after that, we get a multi-node with some Protos, and we can have a Simo, a Microwaver, or a Doom Cannon. And then below that is Dr. Vitamin. Now, see, Rainmakers aren't looking so bad now, are they? Rainmakers and Dr. Vitamin speed boost. Could be fun. And then after that guy, we've got the ER. And then Bullet below on the dead end node. Okay, then after that ER, we've got Gramps and Warriors. And another multi-node. This one's got a Doom Cannon, an Amplifier 2, and a Sky Shield 2. Okay, and after that, we've got the Engineer is our third proto troop, which we all know isn't great, but I'm sure somebody somewhere will find a use for him without a doubt. Moving on then, we've got another multi-node, and we've got some building damage at the bottom and troop damage at the top, with Barrage coming back on a dead-end node. And then after the troop damage, you've got shock mines up top as well. And then you can come all the way along the bottom on a very, very long dead path to smoke if you want it. And then after the ER, we have GBE, Seekers, and Kavan. After that, we have our next proto troop, which is the Incinerator. It'd be worth trying out at least, even if just have a bit of fun with it. Why not? Below the Incinerator, we've got the Artillery, and after the Seekers is another proto node. This one has a laser 1, a laser 2, sorry, a Flotty 2, and a Hot Pot 2. Okay, and after that, we've got the mech up top, and then the ER, and then the shock launcher is down at the bottom there. After the artillery on a dead end node. Okay, and after that ER, this is where things start getting really good because we've got the shock and ER. So now we're talking about Rainmakers, Dr. Vitamin, and the shock and ER in a loadout with maybe some rifles or some heavies out front. This is going to be a fun season for the casual players. For the people who are pushing, maybe not so much, but for those of us who like to just play it for a bit of fun and just mess about, this is going to be a really good season. And then below the shock and ER, then we've got the rocket chopper, and above that we've got building health. After the shock and ER, we have troop damage. Underneath the shock and ER is the rocket chopper, and then another proto node, Hot Pot 2, Laser Beam 2, and a Sky Shield 2. Along the bottom then, after the proto node is Brick and Grens, or you can go up the top path and take the heavy choppers, and then on to the next ER. After that ER, we've got some troop health, and then down for another proto node. This one's for a Flotty 2, a Grappler 3, or a Boom Surprise 3. And then below that, on a dead end node, is building damage. And then we've got another proto node for a Grappler 3, a Boom Surprise 3, and a Shock Blaster 3. Got some GBE, and then the last node is obviously the last final mines node, where we get, you can have 8 normal mines, 4 boom mines, or 4 shock mines. So then guys, what do you think of the tech tree for Season 19? I think for the casual players, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be making use of some of these protos just to have a laugh and mess about on stream like we do. If you push him, maybe not, we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be some metas that evolve using Dr. Vitamin, obviously with his speed boost. And then the Incinerator's insane speed and damage on his own. And then you've got the Rainmakers with their insane distance, their insane range, with Dr. Vitamin again healing them up and speeding them along. I can see there are going to be some fun attack strategies this season, so I'm hyped for that. Let's take a look at this season's boosts. So in total, with troop damage you get 100%, troop health is 100%, building damage is 100%, building health is 100%, GBE is 150%, and then for the chests we get 15 keys and 260,000 tokens for the wooden tier. Stone tier gets 16 and 290. Iron gets 18 and 325. Gold gets 20 and 360. Diamond is 25 and 450. And then legendary is 30 and 560, which is exactly the same chest values as they were last season. So let's get rid of those. I think that kind of covers it. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited for this one. I think this season's going to be genuinely a bit different. This is definitely a non-instant training friendly season. A player without instant training could get a long way on this season. The Rainmakers being out of range of pretty much everything, and then you've got Dr. Vitamin healing them up, providing a speed boost at the same time. Sounds like it makes sense, at least in theory. Pretty sure when we had Dr. Vitamin on the main base, we used him with Scorchers, and that worked quite well. So him and Incinerators should work even better. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, guys. I think that covers pretty much everything. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you're hyped for Season 20 and Season 21, sorry, and Protos. So yeah, that's it, guys. Don't forget to smash our creator code in the creator boost box. That's BBTFRG. We really do appreciate that. It does go a long way to help with what we do here. And yeah, that pretty much is it. Make sure you smash a like, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, happy shipping.